All right, we're midway week 2 of our coach season preview. This morning or this afternoon, we're joined by Coach Dan Layson of the current Big West champions, though no longer in the Big West, UC Davis Aggies. Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you back.
Thank you. Great to be back. I've enjoyed watching your previews so far.
Hopefully getting your scouting going. I know some coaches have told us they don't want to talk about their class, and that's okay. That's totally okay. We appreciate you being here, man. It means a lot. Hopefully good for the program. Opportunity for you guys to promote your players, which that's all we're really trying to do with this thing. You and I were talking just before we hit record, and Oreo Venus is, as of filming today, Spain is in the finals. What is that like for you as a coach, as you've watched this young man kind of grow? He hasn't made a European championship or even a world championship team yet. This is a big deal for him. Comes to Davis and has really improved. What is that like for you to now watch him play meaningful minutes, get goals in these games?
Well, I don't know if he scored today, but we're kind of giving him a hard time for not having a goal yet. Up until this Montenegro game, I don't know if he scored today against Montenegro, but I hope he did.
He had 2 goals versus Montenegro in the semifinal today. Yeah,
perfect. So the monkey's off his back. I'm very happy for him because I spoke to him a lot about this, and I know how much it meant to him to play for his national team, and he was very concerned about making the team. So I know he put a lot of work in and making sure he was in shape and doing really well during the training camp and making the team. So that was a big step. And it being a sort of a first major competition for him, wow, there's nerves, and so to see him out there, and we're watching the games when we can as a team together, and if not, we're watching, as individuals. But it's fun to see him on the big screen out there, and Spain's doing really well. He's in the finals now with the opportunity to win a gold medal, and that's huge for him. And it's huge for the Aggies. We haven't had somebody in that situation ever, as far as I know, and at least in my era as coaching. And that's something that's really important for us. So I'm happy for him.
And you're a humble guy, but you take any credit for this? Like, do you think you've helped his development?
I would say I didn't hurt his development. You're definitely going to get good, strong training at UC Davis. You're gonna be pushed every day. We're gonna work really hard, and when somebody is going over to go enter into a training camp, it's my responsibility to make sure that he shows up in shape, and that his coach sees that it's not a loss to come to the United States. You can actually, progress here.
Yeah, and we are seeing that more and more. Coach, we're seeing a lot of players come over with the kind of reinvigorated Fordham teams we're seeing. Certainly Long Beach has had a few foreigners come through. Pacific is another one. And I mean, you're starting to see it across the board. You don't see, Stanford is an example where they didn't used to have any foreigners. When I was playing, there were no foreigners really, and now they're more they're more than 50%, I believe. So, our coaches just trusting our coaches and system more because of that, or
I think it's kind of like the Trailblazers. Like once one person does it and kind of shows like, oh, actually, this is a good option for a young European player with a lot of older players maybe in front of him. On the senior team, once he passes the junior team age, then he looks up and he sees like a bunch of 25, 28, 30-year-olds he's not going to enter into that team, so he's kind of in that gap where he can't play juniors, but he's not going to make the senior team. So this is a perfect option. Like, come here, get your education, and play in an intense collegiate water polo experience that is unique in the world. Yeah. And in some ways, I will say this: our training is harder than the training in Europe.
I would agree with that.
At certain times of year, like we have this American idea of training that is different than European ideas, and the aquatics coaches here are crazy. We know that, so the training is good, And so these guys go back and they didn't lose a step, and they can fit right in, and then they can always go back and play pro, but they have their degree, and then they can enter into the senior team. So it's become something that's a viable option. The increase in the number of scholarships has really changed the number of foreigners on many teams, and so a lot of more elite players are coming over here.
Yeah, it's good to see. Is that part of the strategy for Davis? Start to bring over more guys like Oreo?
We've always had one or two foreigners.
Yeah,
that was kind of our model. Is like we're gonna work really hard with the domestic players and find diamonds in the rough, and we're gonna try to round that out with maybe a little bit more elite, experienced players. But we have, I would say, like that we have more higher level foreign players showing interest in our program now, and we have one more out of state scholarship, so we have a little bit more freedom. So you see a couple more guys on our team, that are
well, and we've found some great diamonds, right? You've got Tommy Kiesling, who had some time with the senior team. We were lucky to have him on the show last year, going into the Big West tournament after you guys won. I think Hitchcock was a great find for you. I loved watching Andrew Hitchcock play, just both ends. You talked about how told you to chill your vibe. You were harshing his vibe there at the Big West finals. I'll never forget that conversation.
Yeah.
And so you've done a nice job there. I mean, I can go all the way back to like the days of Sean Grapp.
Oh yeah.
And finding some elite shooters that you had. So very cool, man. This season you are in the WCC.
Yeah.
It's a pretty competitive conference. I don't know if you know what you got yourself into here.
I didn't do anything. Okay. These are decisions that are made out of my pay grade. Okay.
Yeah, nothing to do with water polo, I'm sure.
They just tell me where to go.
But you've never been shy about a tough schedule. We'll talk about your schedule in a minute. I'm really excited for your opening weekend out at Brown. We'll talk about that as well. But before we jump into the schedule, talk to us like your thoughts and feelings about getting into the WCC. You approaching this season any differently than you have in the past?
Nah, it's a different challenge. The Big West was more similar academic admission standards and more similar budgets. UC and state schools and now I've entered into this world where there's a lot of smaller private universities and that operate differently in terms of money, in terms of academic acceptance levels, right? Mm-hmm. And in terms of number of foreign players, fundraising ability, all that kind of stuff is a different deal. So it's a different challenge. We had to figure out a way to win the WWPA. We had to learn how to win that. We had to lose a few times to learn how to win it.
Early 2000s, man. You're going way back.
No, this is 2013.
Was it that long? Okay.
Yeah. And we got to the finals a couple of times and lost, but I had to learn how, what it took to win that. We lost a couple. We lost in the, we didn't win the Big West for 2 years, and then we did win it in the third year. And, the goal entering into the West Coast Conference is to win. And so that's the goal. And there's different challenges, different puzzles that need to be figured out, different strengths and weaknesses that we need to see how it works out for us. But that's our goal. So that's what we're going after every single year. And man, what a tough conference. Very exciting. And then especially in 2027, things ain't getting any easier, when San Diego joins and San Jose State, Santa Barbara and San Diego join, and San Jose State and Air Force leave to go to the Big West.
Well, you might be catching a break there with San Jose State leaving, given that they're two of the last three and have been in the finals.
Yeah,
I think all three of the last three.
So for sure.
That's a sigh of relief for some of these teams. I'll tell you that for free. So it'll be very interesting to see how this year shakes out. Certainly to see how Oreo comes back from this amazing trip he's had and experience. You've got 4 recruits this year. Last year, I was looking at our slides from last year, Coach.
Yeah.
A lot more. You had a lot more last year.
Yeah.
I think you had something like 9 last year.
Yeah.
Down to 4 this year. Roster limitations impacting this?
Hugely. Yeah. We're in a very, very tight spot.
Yeah.
And we will be again next year. We didn't. Our roster limit hit late, so we didn't opt into the roster limit 2 years ago.
Right.
So other teams had roster limits, and then that allowed us to recruit a few more players.
Yeah.
And we knew that it was going to make it difficult in this year, but now it's really come down to it where, okay, we are up against it. We're still trying to move the program forward. We have to, and yet we are really happy with a lot of the young players that we have, and not graduating a lot. So it's tough. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a situation. I think you put, we do one thing and then we have to pivot to do something else. And certainly that's what this is. But you are bringing in some this is a pretty quality 4-person class. And we'll start with Lucas Verano. Had the chance to commentate his, was it U18 World Championship in Rio, Portugal. Played a lot of minutes for that team and a really impactful, smart player.
Yeah.
I know his brother is on the team.
Yeah.
Right. I think his brother's only a year older. He was part of the class last year. Talk to us about Lucas, and was this always going to be a family thing for you?
Yeah, I can't answer that, whether it was like in the plans, let's recruit Maddie so that Lucas comes. But that does happen sometimes. And he's a local player from Sacramento, and we thought we had a good chance with him. And so we're so happy to have Lucas, player of his caliber, of his level of experience. And he's a guy who can play a lot of minutes. He can pretty much do everything. Yeah. And he's an excellent one-on-one defender, smart player. He's very fast. He's big, strong. He's got all the skills, so he can fit right into our program right away.
For sure. Yeah, certainly a pretty talented kid. And you kind of talked about this. You had Tommy Kiesling on the senior team, Baxter Chelsen part of the U20 team, now Lucas Verano part of the U18 team. You're starting to, I know the pipeline's a little wider for the USA level, but you're certainly getting kids of a pretty high quality here. What has changed for you? And not that you haven't, but it seems more consistent for you. Lucas Wolfhorst, we'll talk about him, part of the Brazilian national team, senior team.
Yeah.
What is something changed in your recruiting style? Is it something you're doing differently?
No, it's not. I don't feel like we're recruiting differently. I can't exactly put my finger on it. I think when I think about other teams that I look at in similar situations as us that pick up these really, really good players, I think some of it just comes down to the circumstances, to luck. Not luck, but just the circumstances. For example, Lucas is from Sacramento. His brother plays on the team. It makes it more likely that we're going to have a chance with him, especially if his brother relates back to him that he had a positive experience, and it also helps to win the Big West. Let's be honest,
Winning solves a lot of problems, right?
Sure. But I think the roster limits are helping. I think, connections between people that talk to each other, this happens on all teams, can tend to, look, if you look at Cal, with the line of, currently Spanish players, but it was Greek players before.
Yeah.
These guys are talking to each other and saying, hey, and then, so this facilitates
a little bit of pipeline there.
Yeah, a little bit, it happens. And so I think that's happening. I think Davis is rising a little bit on the scene in terms of visibility.
Okay.
So thanks to you for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
not much to do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, look, we need to get out there because we're a little bit more secluded, a little bit more out of the way. We're not in the hotbed. And so any information really helps. And so all of that stuff is happening. And then I don't, it's a great place. So when people come here and they can talk to other people about what it's like, then that helps. Word of mouth helps.
Cool. Now, Cameron Heller, this not a great picture, but this is the only one I could find of this guy. Talk to us about Cameron, how you found him.
What's he doing? Is he shooting or is he blocking?
No, he's shooting. I think he's shooting.
Cam is from San Rafael, Tierra Linda, so comes out of Shack, and he has been he's one of those guys that happens sometimes, right? You recruit a player and you don't know how people are going to show up, and some people show up. People show up in all ways. Well, this guy shows up at the top right away in terms of work ethic, swimming. If a guy comes in, he starts winning swim sets on his first day of training camp, that's a positive sign, Yeah. And so he is going to be an outstanding college player, and he's got all of the. He's like a a Lucas Ruano type player, like a
Yeah.
Logan Anderson type player. Good defender, really, really fast. He can play, he can swim really well. He can score goals, good passer, good one-on-one defender. He's going to be a good player.
Yeah, it's interesting. There were a lot of guys I played with that were fast swimmers in swim sets,
Yeah,
but there wasn't a high correlation between their swim set times and
yeah,
leading at 10-400s and getting out on the counter.
yeah,
Are either I've watched Lucas do it, so I can speak to that.
yeah.
Cameron, a guy that you think is going to kind of shoot out of a cannon for you?
Yes. And also he can resist when the play goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And
Yeah.
then he can break a counter, because he's a good swimmer. I mean, some of these, so it helps to have good swimming technique. If you're fighting the water and eventually you're just going to gas out, right?
Yeah. Water's going to win.
Yeah, but he has excellent resistance and good endurance. So he's going to be able to keep going. Yeah.
This next guy, Adonis Petrutas,
Yeah.
a center defender, originally from Greece. You picked him up from Cuesta College. This guy's 6'5".
Yeah, he's huge. He's massive.
You're replacing Hitchcock, but like this. I mean, I'm looking at just this picture, and he's been in the weight room. He's 6'5". He's built. He's got good legs. From what we talked about.
Yeah.
How does this? I mean, I guess my shock may be insulting. It's not intended to be, but how does Davis find a guy like this coming out of Cuesta? And this guy can help your program immediately from what we talked about.
He's not a fully developed player. Like what his attributes are, he's big and extremely strong. He's probably 230, 39, 240 right now. And it's all muscle, and his work ethic is very, very strong, and he's a very powerful guy. I mean, I'm friends with Enlo, so we talk about players. He wasn't a big name guy there. He got into school, into Davis on his own.
Yeah.
And so he showed up on the pool deck and said, "Hey, I'd like to start playing." Well, he had to wait because it was in the fall of last year, and so we could add him to the roster in winter of this year. And, he's just been plugging away. He provides size at a position where we don't have a lot of huge 2-meter defenders. We have several good 2-meter defenders, but we don't have size where it's like, okay, I need a big guard to go in and just push, and against the opponent's big guy, or to just leg someone out, But he's a big boy.
Love to see it. And is he a senior? He spent 2 years at Cuesta.
He has 2 seasons. He has this one and
2
one.
seasons of eligibility left. Okay.
Yeah.
This new 5-for-5 thing has thrown me for a loop on my sheets of who's graduating when and how much eligibility people have, and it's a weird one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Big pickup for you. I'm excited to see this particular individual. I mean, again, I've seen Lucas. Good to hear about Cameron. I've seen the other Lucas Wolfhorst here, but Adonis is got a great name to go with the size,
Yeah.
So very, very cool, man. All right. Next up, Lucas Wolfhorst. I had a chance to commentate his games in Malta at the World Cup qualifiers. Obviously he can play all over from what I've seen. Played a little bit of a second fiddle to Rafa Vergara.
Yeah.
But that's not really who he is, I believe. I believe there's more here than I'm going to have to pass the ball because Rafa's going to shoot it, which was basically Brazil's strategy and why Rafa was putting up 5, 6, 7 goals a game.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about Lucas, kind of the role you see him playing and how this all came about.
He just brings a level of experience and style of play that we don't have, that we haven't had. And so, he can really do it all. Like he's a controlling persona on the outside. He's good with the ball in his hand. He knows how to attack the 6-meter line. He knows how to make entry passes. He's a good defender. He's actually big, 6'3", 6'4", strong legs. So he really can do it all, including score goals. And he just brings a level of experience that will help all of the guys around him. So it's really exciting.
Yeah. Good facilitator, which I've seen can absolutely score. 6'3", 6'4" is not small.
No.
any stretch. So you've added a bit of size. You got speed with Lucas Ruano, Cameron Heller. You got size with Adonis Sear and Lucas Wolfhorst.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got a nice balance of things here. Obviously, the one thing we don't see here is a center. I know Adonis can go kind of 2-2 for you. You felt good enough about Palavra and the likes in your center position.
Yeah. I mean, we have Luka back, and he played well in his freshman season. Luka again has only been playing water polo for 3-4 years, maybe 4-5 at this point. So he's still learning, growing, getting stronger, learning how to play American center in the American game, and all of that. So we're relying heavily on him. And then we got some guys that are coming up that we're excited about. Austin Quick is another guy who's been playing center for us. He's a left-handed center. And then Cassius Wolf, who's from Santa Cruz, is still, again, very inexperienced player, but showing a lot of promise. And so I think when we have other people that can go in, post up, or like you said, Adonis can play center. I don't know if he can go 2-2 that much, but he definitely can play center if we need him. So
it'll be fun to watch, man. Exciting class. It's a high quality, low volume class, 4 players. But again, the roster limits kind of taking, has an impact here.
Yeah.
As you really built out that roster last year with 9 guys.
Yeah.
So it give and take, and hopefully, I guess the question is, do you make the bets at the right time on the right guys coming in, so you don't have to miss on another one.
Yeah.
But if we go forward now to your key matchups here, really excited about all 3 of these matches. I picked these 3 matches. First and foremost, I'm going to be on the call for your Fordham game.
Okay.
And it's look, I think Davis and Fordham are good matchups. Pacific and Fordham are good matchups. San Jose State and Fordham, good matchups, right? These are kind of like what I would say the 5 through 10. The 5 through 10, very close this year. I mean, it is the most parity I've seen 1 through 4, and then 5 through 10.
It really goes a little bit past 10, maybe.
Maybe so. I haven't gotten that deep, but maybe I can't say it doesn't. And you're probably right. More than I do in a lot of ways here. So you get Fordham at the Bruno Invite in Providence, Rhode Island, 8:40 a.m. Pacific time. For those of you who want to watch, it'll be on ESPN Plus. All your league games will be on ESPN Plus, and the game at Brown.
Yeah.
This is you're never shy about a tough schedule. You've got UCLA, Stanford, and Cal all on your schedule this year.
Yeah.
But these games kind of have a little more spice to them. The San Jose State, the Pacific, your foray into the WCC, obviously very good WCC teams. We'll start with Fordham here. Give us your thoughts on this.
Well, I'm not gonna not play Fordham if they want to play us when I'm out there. So I want to play those guys. And wow, I looked at their recruiting class, your presentation on their recruiting class, and it's just like, I mean, how many players do they have at the under 20s right now? Like 6, 7.
They have the leading scorer for Italy in Diego Tressa.
Yeah,
and he's already there. They've got Dragošević, Savic, Kojic on Croatia, and there's a guy who's not even, Kulash is not even there, but was cut one of the last cuts for the Croatian team. So they've got quite a few.
They sure do, and so we're looking forward to playing them. That's all that I'll say about it. They're an excellent team, and I think that this sport, we need people that are they're playing to their strengths. They're playing. The rules are the rules, and they are playing within the rules, and they're doing a great job. And the number of elite foreign players that are coming there is pretty astounding, really. It's like every day they announce a new guy from some national team, that's coming. And I'm like, okay, this is great. I just would like to go on record and put this out into the atmosphere that these are your picks for our key matchups. I have many, many more games.
I can only really fit 3 or 4. And these are my picks.
We played Brown on Saturday night at Brown.
Yeah, that's another one I'll be on. Yeah.
So there's a lot of games. Nobody's overlooking anybody around here. I understand what you're doing. But yes, I'm looking forward to playing Fordham. What a challenge. And they've got a lot of great players. But we have a very strong team, and we're going to be as ready as we can be.
Yeah. And the Bruno invite is loaded this year.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm really excited. Fordham, you, I think there's the CBU will also be out there, right? They were in the WCC finals this last year out at Air Force. Like there's some really good games that are going to occur that first weekend. And so, it's a lot of credit to Felix out there, Brown, putting this thing together, getting these teams out there to start the season. Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get Fordham. Should be a fun one to start the year. You get San Jose State at San Jose State. I think I'm also on this game, which is pretty exciting. For some reason, Dan, I end up doing a lot of your away games.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe because you're Bay Area, you do a lot more Bay Area. So this is a good one. You're playing the defending champs, the WCC defending champs. They've been in the finals all 3 of the last 3 years. Well coached by Gabor Sharushi, and they've obviously got a pretty good team. Sam Keatley, Mitch Keatley, Shamu Birosh. They're bringing in some pretty good talent, a couple of transfers. We'll talk about them on the show later on in the week. So talk to us. Hey, you've got San Jose State, you've got Pacific. Actually, I want to hold Pacific. Talk to us about the San Jose State matchup.
Well, Gabor is doing a great job there. And they have shown, especially at the end of the season, that they've won. I mean, it's an excellent program, and they have a lot of talent, and excellent goalkeeping. The whole world is speculating whether Japias is playing or not, and the guy's a game changer. I mean, he really is an excellent goalkeeper. So he's a key piece for them. Conference opponent on the road. We've had a lot of really good games with San Jose State over the years, and I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it'll be a good game there at San Jose State on ESPN Plus. And finally, Pacific. Now, you and Pacific have played a little bit of dodgeball here. You haven't faced off a whole lot. It's there's some stories, there's some rumors out there, but now you've got a really good reason to. Pacific was the number 1 seed going into the WCC last year. Obviously, you guys won the Big West. 2 very strong programs that have really risen with the tide and been consistently good in Davis and Pacific.
Yeah.
And now you've got a chance here to play them not once, but maybe twice in your season if you face off in the WCC championship, which will be at Santa Clara this year. Talk to us about this matchup. We won't rehash the past, Danny. We'll talk about just what's happening now.
I'm so excited that we get to play Pacific. I'll just say that. I think it's all is as it should be now. We're 60 miles from each other, and so we're playing each other. I'm excited about it. They're going to have an excellent team this year. James does a great job, and we've had a lot of really exciting games against them over the years. And now we're in the same conference, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you get a real chance to play each other a couple times a year. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll let you call out a game since you called me out here for putting these together. Any games you have the was it Friday night game against Brown, Saturday night game against Brown,
Saturday
Brown.
Night, yeah.
Anything
Brown.
else? Any other game you're especially got circled on your calendar?
I mean, every conference game, Pepperdine,
St. Mary's.
I mean, I'm excited to see what those guys look like.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled kind of a Fordham with the number of national team players that they just announced they were signing. It's like the Vegas Golden Knights when they expanded in the NHL. I mean, they just got a bunch of good players right off the bat in the expansion draft, and they went to the Stanley Cup Finals that year in the first year. So they're not starting at, hey, we're just building a program from scratch. They got guys. So I'm excited.
They got some talent.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I mean, Pepperdine always. Santa Clara is always a very, very scrappy game, and their program's on the rise. So all of these teams in our conference are really, really tough.
Yeah.
And LMU also. I mean, nothing's easy around here, but it's all exciting.
If it were easy, it wouldn't be fun.
That's right. That's right.
Well, very cool, man. Excited to see you guys roll. We'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks out in Providence. So appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
For me,
Yeah.
okay.
Why is a really hard shot called a seed?
This is a baseball term.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So I was a much better baseball player than I was water polo player. And a seed is when you throw the ball so hard it like shrinks as it's going across the field, across the diamond.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so it starts to blur a little. So
Yeah.
when I call that out in a broadcast, which is what you're referring to,
Yeah.
somebody throwing a seed, they've thrown it so hard the ball shrinks and it's almost like impossible to block.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
People are listening. People are listening to you out there. We're listening to you. People are listening to you out there.
Well, you are, because you're texting me telling me all the things I'm doing wrong, which we very much appreciate. No, I appreciate that, man, very much. And of course, we're with Water Polo Wednesday, we're promoting our Mercury Awards this year, which should be pretty exciting for, I don't know if you've seen this, but best center, best defender, best goalie, best attacker, and then one of those four will get best player. It'll be a public vote. Anybody can vote. Encourage your fans and friends and family to vote. I'm sure Baxter Chelsem's on the short list. Kiesling's on the short list, right? We can start adding some more guys as the season goes along.
Cool.
So really exciting. We're just trying to continue to promote here. So
yeah, it's great. Love it.
Oh, good, dude. Well, Danny, thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate the question.
Thank you. All right.
And we'll talk soon, dude.
Sounds good.
All right, bud. See ya.
Bye.